Not a fan of the hero.
No, but it could sort of fit their lineup, right? Okay.
Oh, Night Stalker.
And an S.
Or an S, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm almost feeling like our offlane Void could be sort of Luna or Gyrocopter or one of those kind of
They do Jens offlane. Vici.
Or they double down on the big, type band. Kind of think about taking us, one of those two.
Yeah, it's funny actually, because Yang is a Void player on the other side in the offlane. But not something that
I like Luna and Gyro.
Recently.
I do like Luna and Gyro.
Yeah. A weird change though.
It would be.
I don't know. I really can't get it.
It is. Would be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really can't get it.
It is.
Paul's a monster.
Yeah, Paul's a monster.
Complete. It's another Void game. It's time for Vici. What do we make of that?
Oh, damn, maybe I do like Thunderlord against Terrorblade.
It is good versus Terrorblade. So I can I can influence Cap's opinion, apparently.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think he chose Thunder last.
Look at him trying to
Like, why can't you just play along, Cap? Like, look like the good guy. But no, you just have to be difficult. We're trying to make you look good.
I mean,
buddy,
I want to be
and-
honest. I want to be honest in front of
I'm gonna go under here.
Okay.
What do you got?
I don't think they're going to have enough profit. I don't know. I don't think Underlord gives you enough. Maybe they're just one. So, I'll go VGJ too.
Okay. I thought he was going to go for Evil Geniuses or something, just because, trying to be difficult. Different, maybe. I don't know. Right, our two members of the panel have decided, and as you can see, our
Oh my God, Paul!
Already, I guess. There's some sort of whoa, what's goodness, whoa! It's some sort of cast inception going on.
We're good? We're live. We're live this time. All right,
Thanks
we're
for getting me, buddy. I was like, why'd you tap me? I hear Paul talking. I was like, all right.
They wanted the 5-man cast. I thought we were.
It's all good.
We haven't sung that. Okay. Still got room to continue our upwards trajectory at Genting. As do hopefully one of these Vici gaming teams.
We can only go up. Get into the game. Get into the game.
Like,
Oh man, I can. Oh wow.
It's been a fun tournament. It's good. On any event. Well, this game hasn't sort of.
Yeah. Vici versus Vici matchup.
I hear all the yelling loud noise. I'm not sure if they're like laughing or excited.
I'm pretty sure Nahaz just like this is Nahaz's default state. It's like I can't tell if Nahaz is angry. It's neutral, yeah. It's just, Alan might legitimately just be talking about peanuts with other people.
Yeah. Dota drafts. What's anything crazy here? Clock SF. We saw this from TNC. They lost a game where it looked like they still had a pretty solid draft.
Yeah.
Terrorblade talked about as one of the kind of best heroes of beating.
I think Thunder's gonna win this one.
I'm not a big fan of Underlord. It's just such a proven combo for Thunder. Yeah, I'm gonna be a number 4. Yang just got
Cap's
bashed.
0-2 dude in these predictions.
It's getting hammered. An offlane Night Stalker. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know.
not sold on the offline.
Yeah, but it's like they need a base setting hero. They have this like dual core. Okay, so the single core TB, whatever. That's like mediocre. But the dual core TB makes this hero a lot better. Like we saw in the EG series, right? Where they have this like core which is very strong. So you don't have to like all in on just like one subset.
Dazzle just gonna
Stays dead.
poison touch, new poison touch. Just
11, you're on some stuff.
You're TP like 30 seconds ago. Like drag that creep away, then just TP out. Wow, he just got first blood up. Fades Tusk, and it wasn't great in game one, but obviously that's been a pretty strong staple hero of his and very good against SF.
Catch his fade. There's a lot of ways that you can do this.
Spammers.
Eternal Envy, #1. And that's a name I have not heard in some time.
That was up there. We wouldn't have maybe expected to be so prominently featured on it.
There's a lot of people are dying.
Support. I don't know if you told me.
They matter, dude.
Support lives matter.
Support lives definitely matter.
SF lives matter. You don't want him dying early. He's got all those extra free souls.
SF is. Remember like 2 games ago where Combo was just dying nonstop. I felt so bad for him.
They're going to talk about Cuckoo's SF.
SF, that was rough.
That's not good. It's a handle.
He really did.
Courier Snipe. He's got it, I believe. Barely. Yep.
Wind up. Batter, swing.
Oh, taunts his way.
As well at that point.
Yeah. That's not an auto taunt, is it?
And PTP is right.
TP on low health you taunt.
Yeah.
There's a few that. Just like I think if you have low, like TP out on low health.
I don't own any of the taunts. I don't know this stuff.
Oh man, you're missing out.
Am I?
You play to backstroke people.
Is it Moon? Moo, that was nice. Nice shot. Did he Spirit Snipe in a creep?
Yeah, he did.
Don't get to this kill.
Yes. Slightly
Matter, like,
oh yeah, shards him in, but I think they can actually fight this one 2v1. But probably not. Probably not. I mean, he got the full heal still from that creep siphon, you know?
he would have killed the clock. He would have definitely killed the clock.
Yeah.
Parker.
Wow. Is this going to be one of those 11 games where he just...
11's a beast. He's coming through this. In
One of
10
those
seconds, he
11
is. Joke's on you. He's gonna, you know what you do? You spam Metamorphosis was used. You spam that, Metamorphosis. Poison touch on CD.
Didn't even stop. The Metamorphosis is still up, right?
No, he's good. No, this is
There's 11 games.
11's gonna shake this off. 11. Juked him.
No, this
One living there.
game where it's just like 5 minutes in the first 10 minutes.
That was my favorite form.
Let's
I was
get
like,
space.
what's the limit, dude?
Yeah.
Game plan. This is interesting. Watching he does it and they're winning. He looks like just a straight up genius, and he's like the most. And then sometimes you're a pit lord, poison touch and dies.
Okay.
They're all up top. I think this is a mistake. I feel like you just keep killing.
11's proven that he's willing to chicken or something weird. So.
Answered that for you, dude.
Yeah. Coming in. Himself another kill. He's being very active early on. SF.
He's gonna get it.
See if Death can get out of this
Oh,
one.
no.
Rona on 2.
This is not the target you want to hit.
No more spirit. Yeah, he didn't have any spirit siphons left, or
I don't think
absolutely would not.
Paparazzi got like a single bash there, by the way. Oh, he gets a
Got a
first
bash
hit
there,
right after.
Yeah, he bashes.
Okay,
not get the bounty.
he ends up.
I think he's got just the one spirit siphon challenge at most. They're going to turn and fight through races. Brings down Fade and will not live through it, but it seems well worth it, especially if you get this death proper kill. 100% worth it at that point. Can they get the last bit of damage? Looking like it's the case. Base room.
He gets the haste. Dude, look at this. 11 has had. And now he's got 25 CS.
You die 3 times in the first one, so just be like, shut him down. We don't have to deal with it.
But that's like the key to 11. Shame on you. Fool me 3 times, eventually you'll give up.
He's playing 4D chess here.
I mean, it's working. He's like the same level as the Night Stalker. Really made.
These advanced TB games out there.
Exactly. I mean, has he really though? Yo, young Pim Uncle, bring up the net worths. Look at that. It's 200. It's nothing.
Okay.
11's honestly a genius.
Well, the next Metamorph is like his demise. Elsewhere, Yang going down to 11. Do we even
the meta, dude?
Observer J is like, 11's dead. We know this. We don't need to watch. Walker could be in some trouble here. And okay, gets the backup from the Rubik, which helps keep him alive since didn't have battery assault. Double damage awaits at top.
He wants to turn on this, but Fenrir will definitely kill him. Fate is ready again. He's anticipating 11.
The return of the Underlord is coming.
Joke's on you,
Does he
dude. I was
TP
still
to tier
dead.
1? He's TP to tier 2. There's no defending this. There is possibly getting kills here. 11?
Careful. He's good, dude. He knows the limits. It's an intricate dance.
Yeah, it's been proven this game. He knows the exact limit of how far he can push his hero in this bottom lane without dying.
Look at the 2600. All memes aside.
Yeah.
Look at the Night Stalkers now. We're 2800. Tell me what my boy's doing wrong.
He's getting levels. He's level 6. He's
He's done his
Done
job.
fine,
Like,
yeah.
What else is he gonna do as a pit lord? You want him to have 3 heroes down there, so because your SF's getting run out.
Yeah.
Like punish that, and the only way to punish that is suicidally run it.
I think there was one death that was kind of the time where he died. The second
Okay.
time to the same Metamorph.
Okay,
when he
that one wasn't great.
We're okay. I mean, his first death he could have TP'd out of as well, but whatever. It didn't. It seemed all in all it was kind of fairly usable value trade.
1 and 2 were definitely a little bit questionable, but no way I blame them.
Yeah. And look, meta's on cooldown.
Like this is honestly like I know it sounds like we're joking, but it's really not. Like
Kills in the first
is,
10 minutes are kind of whatever.
Yeah, like the SF as a result, he's died 3 times, but he's been able to catch up because he just hits creeps. Like this is kind of what you have to accept as an offlaner in this meta. Is don't care what the community thinks. This is your style. You're gonna die a lot. Like you're an offlane against 3 heroes. This is your livelihood.
I'm going to give Rubik the mid lane as SF does not really feel all too safe here. It does feel scary for VG. Every time Meta and Exism are up, towers will fall. I imagine we'll see those 2 heroes group up next time, either mid or what's it. But a Chrono, if he needs to use it, will do so just for a tough knock.
I don't think so. Because they're gathered there is 4. Maybe if it was just like him, he's just there solo.
What's
and he gets the kill.
kind of the idea behind this all Night Stalk? We haven't seen Yang get too active. But
I think it's just pace. Like this hero's really fast, right? He requires no farm. The only reason he's farming right now is like daytime, and you pick up a ton of levels. Like you're a level 8 Night Stalker. By the time the second night runs around, you're not useless. Whereas like the support Night Stalker nowadays, it feels like, you know, you're still only like level 5 or level 6 by the time second night rolls around. And you don't feel nearly as useful.
Those next ultis are available now through Death Prophet and TB. For a tower push, but it's actually going to be Vici who get the first jump here. Going on Death Prophet in the mid lane, can they burst him down? The Spirit Siphon proving to be a lot here as potential Grave coming out as well. And so easily survive his way through that one.
He even TP's in, but no rebuttal. And meanwhile, Sylar picks up the free tower for himself.
Yep. It's swing mid and go for possibly with the Death Prophet shrining up means they're going to be.
Paparazzi needs to have a sick game to win this. Like, this is way too good of a TV game right now.
Yeah, it's feeling tough because they're going to be taking towers very quickly and the map's going to just start shrinking over the course of this mid game with all these TB Death Prophet pushes that just seem to keep on coming.
Yeah.
Not even worried about waiting for a fight. Kama just going to go throwing it in the ultimate in. TB's coming in from 11. He wants to get involved to try and defend this one. They've already lost lineup on the Rubik, and I'm not sure 11 wants to get too close to this exorcism.
11 should die here. They should die for this.
Bring in Night Stalker from behind it, trying to get him out with the Dark Rip, but he dies way too fast. Oh, he gets a perfect push from the Ice Shards. In comes Sylar with a slow through the Metamorph. He doesn't need it. So they get some follow-up kills here. They're starting to run away with this game. They have got the biggest gold lead, but towers are falling quickly on the side of Vici, but Vici aren't responding. They pushed bottom. They got a tier 1 and they're pressuring a tier 2. Ori and Paparazzi are just like, guys, the Volties, we're trading at bottom. We don't need more out of this.
Yeah. That seemed like that was huge miscommunication.
Yang. Oh, he almost got the first cancel. Instead he gets SF, which is,
It's even better.
yeah, comparable for sure as Rule Scepter's purchase. SF doesn't lose any gold. Perhaps the good news, but avoid the big carry. You kind of talked about Paparazzi need at the big game. He would have been the bigger kill, slowing down that Battle Fury.
That was like huge miscommunication though. So Paparazzi was like, yo, we're hitting bottom. And I think they got the memo. It was like, guys, DP ult was expended. And maybe he had Chrono? I can't remember.
He did not have Chrono.
Yeah, so
it
it's
was
like,
on cooldown.
you're not fighting that.
They could have lost the Rubik in the tier 1 and that could have been that, but then Underlord TP'd in, he dies and gets caught by the Night Stalker rotation, Clockwork then dies as a result. It was just kind of a domino feed effect.
Yeah, that was rough. And then 11 pops his ult. The most epic.
0-5. On the top of the scoreboard, Dazzle 5-1. Dream Dazzle game.
Spender doesn't even go for the hook. They're just getting run at now.
Yep. Running a line out. This Dazzle wants more kills. It's not going to get that one. Sylar getting the double kill here. Chrono comes in. Gets the Dazzle. I believe it was mid-grave animation there. Possibly just to heal, so they're going to fall back to the shrine. I don't
Yang should get out.
really want to chase this. Yeah, nighttime though does mean you can run it. The cap's not really there for Vici.
They want to.
You see, yeah, no Chronosphere. They really want to try and fight to this one. Impossible.
Or he's got to be careful here. I know you want to farm these creeps, but you're liable to die right now. You're just going to get run at.
Farming these Ancients and Silas here with Metamorph. They have vision for Snowball on forward. SF getting way too greedy there.
Mega dead. And now they know about the Ancients, so Sylar's trying to pop all his Illus, and the SF ult actually helps it.
I can't believe it's just a 1k gold lead. It feels like Thunder destroying them right now. It's just none of that cores have pulled too far ahead. SF been farming off.
Yeah.
You've got a Night Stalker. Night Stalker's not a farming offlaner, whereas Underlord is. I guess is a big part of that.
Yeah, the main difference comes from the cores. Like, the supports are very, very similar when it comes to, like, their net worth. They're not dissimilar at all.
To Roshan with this exorcism, they say we've taken 3 tier 1s. Have to go for a Roche. Faye needs to be a little bit careful here, but the silence coming out onto a couple. Roche Paparazzi back with the range shot onto absolutely everyone, and the TV Sunder comes up, and he's still incredibly low, and Vici Gaming have just crushed this Roshan fight as they punish Thunder.
That was...
Wow.
Okay, so they all stack up onto that hill. They get 5-man Firestorm to hit into the Clockwork hookshot. I think that... can we see the fire recap to see how much damage the Firestorm did?
2,000 now. Pretty hefty. SF with the raises and kind of comes out on top of the lead damage. You know, Clock doing 1,400.
That was...
Everything just pile on, and more importantly, anything was the lack lack of damage coming from Thunder. Vicious Roshan gets punished.
It was mainly just the fact that like they stuck up onto that hill.
They could have gotten out of the pit and they're not going to die because they're not going to group up in this choke point for the perfect kind of multiple hookshot cogs, Pit of Malice, Firestorm, everything just piled on.
Yeah. So we're going to see it here again. So
Fate is scouting.
yeah.
And instead of getting out of the Roche pit and stopping, they then group here. 5 heroes piled on top of each other in a Pit of Malice into hookshot. 2 caught in the cogs, and the razors, plus Requiem. Those razors from Ori just chewed through them.
You actually can give them a better fight than that.
Suddenly it's Vici with a sizable gold lead. That's
Get
our
5
twist of
wins.
events.
Wow, look at that.
Not a pretty sight.
Like, Thunder doesn't take that fight. Everything's fine.
They're on track. I guess they've got Exorcism down, so they're a little bit vulnerable, but the Chronosphere was also not up for a little bit. It seemed like they should have waited for at least Metamorph to be available to hook onto that.
Gonna take the tower and defend this.
They have to kill Fenrir. Can they get back in time? Pop Sorry. SF is just pummeling into Thunder with the downward. Trying to hide here, but really got to escape. Drops a weave before he goes down.
They are getting sloppy now.
Yeah.
They saw the TP too from the Pit Lord. Like they did it in front of the tower, so they know that it's almost 100% headed towards mid because they went far ahead. And they in a position where you can grave. They just rushed that.
Definitely spells trouble for Thunder, who like their draft, like what they'd put together, but perhaps a bit just poor fight selection and execution here. SF has Blink Yules already. He's suddenly top of the net worth, and Void also very good. The Kronos is game from Paparazzi. Fantastic.
Now this Pit Lord has fully Crimson Guard too. He's gonna lower the damage potential heavily. Vici Thunder would spaced a lot on physical damage. Like that he made that read. And 11's game has covered really nicely. Like, he's level 13. He's barely behind anybody. He's ahead of almost all the heroes on Vici. At least tied minimum. And that's what we're talking about, like his playstyle. Yeah, he runs in and he's gonna look a little bit silly in the game, but at the same time, like, this guy will recover. There's only so many times you feel. Maybe people just feel bad, like, dude, like, we've killed this dude like 5 times. Like, mistakes. That's where 11 thrives.
Well, the crazy thing is, he was never even behind the Night Stalker in the early game, and it really feels like Thunder's draft has kind of got these supports, whereas Underlord actually is transitioning in terms of pickups.
Yeah, and now this Void is wrecking a farm at the same time. Paparazzi barely behind the flash farming Shadow Fiend. Their gold were 1k gold behind, it feels like less than 5 minutes ago, and now they're up ahead.
The Death Prophet looks very squishy too. When we're on a Chrono, anyone getting caught in a Chrono just dies to a double raise or something and gets brought down very, very fast.
They can't let both their cores get. It's too much for AO to have to do in that situation.
It feels like the Grave is going to be the one kind of big play that Thunder can rely on to, well, not even rely on, but have to look to for a teamfight victory.
And Vici, they're going to get the Courier, which might alert Yang to the fact that everyone's up here. And the Ward.
Still lingering. You know, their presence more than they have him because of the night vision.
The bounty window is going to alert them.
What's going on here? There we go. It gets pinged out. Goes scooting his way through.
Are they smoked up?
The rest of Thunder? Yeah, I think they are. They want to start a fight of their own. Perhaps getting a jump on someone like a Void with a silence.
They want to take the DD run though. But everything's now filtering in, item-wise, on Vici.
There's such good diversion around the middle and top side, right outside base as well, so this may be obvious to Vici.
If they do fight, it's going to be under the shrine, and I think Vici Thunder know about this.
Oh, he just time walked in though. Paparazzi, Snowball. Going on through, went to the Ancient Crypts. Can he get the kill? Stop him game from the shrine. He gets back. He's going to heal himself back up. They look to block the Dazzle
This
from the side of
SF.
Vici Gaming and SF. Chronosphere onto 2 as well. That's not going to amount to all too much there, as Fade was just locked in place through that one, and 4 dead. Thunder get destroyed here. They came to kill the Void thanks to the Exorcism, but very small consolation prize. They've go down.
Absolutely worth it. Like every item just came on the side. Picked up a BKB at the same time they picked up that. Nobody went down easy. Maybe if they burst that void, but it didn't even look like they were all on the same page. He gets the silence off, but he still makes it up the cliff.
Even the snowball, I think he clicked the Ancients, not the actual Void. It was like he didn't follow the Void as he walked away. Right, 5-man burst that Void. He gets away, he gets back to the shrine, and is able to come back into the fire.
Yeah.
That was pre-Manta style as well, so he didn't have a way out of the silence.
So then, now the game resets again as they take a 10k lead. Can we watch that fight again?
See if that's going to be possible as things settle down. Perhaps playing towards the next Roshan will be Vici Gaming's idea here.
Force staff not completed too on the Rubik.
It really, the way Thunder came in, like they seemed to be coming from side, and it was kind of surprising that Dazzle actually got caught and found. Like some like SF just like blinked on top of Dazzle.
Yeah, I think. Oh, so we are going to watch this fight. So here we see Paparazzi. Yeah, it looked like he clicked the Ancient.
Just blinked behind them. The SF blinks in. Yules combos the Dazzle.
Yeah, so I don't think it mattered. Like, even if they kill the Void there, I think the BKBSF is untouchable.
Yeah. And he finds his target. He's like, this Dazzle is the hero that is most important because killing him effectively sets us up to kill a Terrorblade or someone, stops Sunder being used. So I like the call from Ori to use the Requiem on that. And also, your Requiem damage reduction is very important against something like a Terrorblade anyways.
So now it's 11k. He did use the Dark Rift 11, by the way, to get out. But I wanted to see what went wrong in that fight.
That's good.
It was. You were right. He used no the Ancients.
Like you say, it probably doesn't matter. Maybe they kill the Void faster, perhaps, and that Chrono doesn't come out, so could have been like a 2 for 4 or something a little bit different, but
I think they're still getting wiped there.
yeah.
Like Ori's, the ult was. He got on top of everyone. Maybe like Yang gets out because he's really fast.
Ori definitely feels like one of the kind of breakout players of this season. Fantastic SF and very good results so far with this young Vici squad. Him and Paparazzi pairing up well.
They started off rough in the beginning of the year, right? Their Starliner, they got bodied by SG.
Yeah, they got 2-0 by SG Esports. By the Thelia Core Earthshaker, I remember.
He was sick though. Oh, good. They're gonna find Yang.
Should be a kill. He's trying to fly his way out of this one, but then Telekinesis drops him actually back towards space, but daytime hits. So it's a nice little sign as you go for a kill like this. Heals him. Goes against the grave. Down.
They still have Chrono too. I think you commit for this. 11's gonna have his ulti in 20 seconds. He's got a gem. They're not afraid of dying at all at this point.
Or should they be?
But Road.
Safer objective, and well, as there often is, a double damage rune right outside. Firestorm was for Roshan. Those big drops in health, just crazy with Firestorm. It feels very, very desperate for Thunder. How does a team fight go right for them at this point? Is it relying on their enemy to make mistakes, or is it kind of some formula for them that they're trying to follow?
I think that
They
have to mess
initiate.
up massively. Like he'd have to chrono half of his team.
Well, Sylar doesn't even want a team fight. I think that really acknowledges the fact they feel they are so far behind in their ability to stop Vici Gaming taking their high ground. So this is happily going for some counterplay on the other side of the map, taking a T1, going up the T2 tower. Comes the Exorcism on camera. They really want to take this fight. The Clockwork goes now. Clogs is too. Flying out. Fade getting kept alive a little bit longer things to the grave, but that's just a tusk. Perhaps a core here they could have gone for. They're trying to buy time. TB wants to go for the back door. He's on the high ground at bottom. Could have gone for. They're trying to buy time. TB wants to go for the back door. He's on the high ground at bottom. TP's time to go back. 11's going to be the one to defend. Okay, the Chronosphere comes in, catches two, the Death Prophet goes down, and it looks like with the Razors they're going to win this fight. Silas just ignoring 11, gets the Sunderite, he's crushing it at bottom. His teammates are dropping like flies, but if he can get a Rax, it could be all worth it. Sylar, perhaps the hero that VGJ Thunder need. His Metamorph is worn off, he's just trying to finish off these Rax here.
Can't die.
He is unkillable with that Crimson Guard. You think a melee Terrorblade is scary? Not at all, and he can't finish off the Rax, unfortunately. He has to TP home. No melee racks for you means this trade does not feel all too worth it. The buyback's being used, he's going to come back just to throw up reflections, and that is perhaps actually going to be enough to push them back. That's a lot of damage. Paparazzi being thrown very low. The pullback, Night Stalker's trapped outside his base. Those cogs are throwing him away. Hookshot being used. Fenrir's like, I don't care about dying. I'm just going to try to bring down Yang. Doesn't actually get to kill him, and now the Gravy's kept alive longer. Perhaps Vici have actually overextended it here. He's on the high ground, trapped in place by some shards here. It's just so limited what he can do in these fights. He's just throwing reflections out as much as he can. SF able to not get caught by that one thanks to the BKB, as looks like Vici are just trying to get themselves out of here. 11 says, take me, guys. I know what dying's like, and it's not too bad. We win games still.
It's not too bad, guys. I've seen the other side. It's alright. I'll be okay.
Yep. They almost turned that into a decent trade for Thunder, but man, 11, the hero again.
The problem was that 11 got sundered from full HP to nothing, and he still couldn't die at bottom. And then he just started chasing around Sylar, and Sylar was like, dude, what is this?
Metamorph going even for the tier 1 tower, so by the time he gets to the tier 3, he has to push through 2 towers, and that Metamorph did not have much longer left on it. All in all, not out of the game, Thunder, but still in a very desperate position.
Yeah. They don't notice the gem, by the way.
To scout and pick it up.
More surprising, like, that Thunder didn't notice.
Yeah.
That's why you can... It's a bit off, right?
Yeah, they should have known that. It should just be in your head, like... Just like... Get out of there, and... That was just BKB Requiem.
It's not bad.
Yeah, okay, it was not bad. It was pretty bad. A 3-max fight. And, yeah. So, Sylar... On the high ground, this time he doesn't matter. Can he win this fight? Back up the 2-man squad. Death Prophet and TB. This 2-man wrecking crew is getting Vici low, but the problem is going to be
The Crimson
when they
Guard
get
is
kited
too
around
much.
too. And SF can look down Ori, Sylar pops like a pinata, and next is the Death Prophet. 2